you can do that with your
5 hours later.
This is it.
7 rounds. They could have just stayed at home and played this out in their living room. But it's Scott on the left playing a Naya Aggro deck with birthing pods in it versus his brother Jonathan, who's playing who's oh, very bad at rolling those dice apparently. And it's a M13 game day champion playmat facing off against a TCG player. 1K playmat, I think. I would think that Jonathan would be favored in this match, but I don't really know. Scotty's not playing Strangleroot guys. I don't think his clock is just slightly slower.
They're both playing splicers, so Golem's going to trade. Rotate. So, Scotty mulligans to 6. Jonathan apparently keeps his hand. So they're very nice orange sleeves. Dragon Shields just came out. I'm thinking about getting some. They glare a little bit. Don't mind the glare floats.
Well, Scott's running good is catching up with him as he mulls to 5 there. On the play, no doubt. It happens to the best of us. Turn 2 McKay's for 1 is probably not the ideal start. He missed his 3rd land drop. It's a very, very defensive phantasmal image. I'm not sure. I'm not sure McKay's was more than a grizzly bear at that point. Was it 2 Razor Verge? Yeah, he's going to fiend hunt the Angel.
Yeah.
He's going to try to fiend hunt the Angel.
Jonathan has pretty much stacked hand. It has a day, image, or did have an image. Lots of good stuff. So,
This sounds like a Sun Titan. I'm trying to dream a scenario where Scott can come back from this.
he has a Thragtusk and a Wolfear Silverheart in his hand.
None of those will.
Yeah, nothing's
Well,
going
I don't know. He can cast the Silverheart, pair it with the
Visionary.
Visionary, at least get an 8/8 that will block the Titan. That should stem the bleeding some. But he doesn't even have a red. He isn't a red source, so even if he builds up to 7 mana, the bonfire won't be castable. I would think he would just attack with the image.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, I think he'd just attack with the Angel.
Yeah, Jonathan's at what, like 17? 14?
You're talking about Scott?
Yeah, Scott.
Scott's at 14 now. I don't think Jonathan's taking. Yeah, Jonathan's at a 19. Got poked with a Visionary.
So, you can imagine Jonathan just sitting pretty there and board stall, just an Angel.
I think he copied the Silverheart and paired it with his Angel.
Seems like a good play.
Well, Scott can interact with him. He just... I don't know if he just drew that bonfire or not, but it's not going to be any good. Pump fake. Here he's got I think he's got an Angel in his hand. I think what he's going to do is he's going to block, bounce the Silverheart, repair it, and try and surprise Jonathan. Pretty anticlimactic gut shot, except it makes Scott do this outside of combat.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to attack profitably though now. He's at 4. He'll cast Thragtusk this turn. I really don't know if there's any attacks that are really good. I guess he's just suiciding his image. He plans on getting back next turn. At which point he can copy the Silverheart again.
Yeah.
And he can copy it and pair it with a Sun Titan on while it's still attacking and make it a 10/10. Seems to be the play.
So Jonathan's at 9. So
Jonathan is at 17.
17?
Scott's at 9.
Scott's at 9. Gosh, I keep on getting them mixed up.
It's conveniently labeled at the top.
Yeah.
Hey, bud. We'll see y'all later.
You want to take my camera? Or you going to take it with you? Or?
Do you mind if I borrow it?
Take it.
Yeah, I'll test at the house.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks for bringing it. Later on. exactly what he's doing. I mean, Scott's not dead, but I don't know how he can come back from this.
I don't think there's any way. The only removal I think he plays is bonfires. So.
Yeah, be here both days. Sure.
Is there any other removal?
He plays one Fiend Hunter, which he already burned. And then I think he plays 3 bonfires.
Yeah. So.
I think that is it.
With no red mana sources, it's looking pretty.
He did mold a 5 on the play.
Yeah.
But that's one of the weaknesses of these pod decks. They just don't play any removal.
Both the images are working. Both the images are working again.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were That's why I like the red based versions better, because they have access to bonfire at least with no spot removal. But
well, it's clearly the best card in standard, but
yeah. I just don't really like the band. The rug is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's playing the Naya version, so there's red in there.
Alright. Game 2. What do you think the sideboard's?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly. Scott he'll bring in a hero. He'll bring in, I think there's a Throne in his sideboard, which should do a considerable amount of work. He's showing us which one. He's got 2 Thalias in there. The Overreach should probably come in.
Yeah.
He might not play the, maybe a Drag Tusk?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I guess he's not going to bring in the hero because it doesn't pass the Vapor Snack test. But the, Crushing Vines, Thalias, O-Rings, Drag Tusks, and what was the other card? Is that the Conscripts?
Yeah. It was a red card, so I'm assuming
I think he's going to take the Silverheart out. The Conscripts is likely better in that slot.
Yeah. Because the image is just when he's loaded up on them. So
Jonathan, on the other hand, is bringing in his Other Day of Judgment, a Batterskull, I think. I think he has a Worm Coil too. Likely siding out his mana leaks, I would think.
yeah, he's covering.
Mana leak in this matchup, I don't think is that good to begin with. It's definitely not good on the draw.
Yeah. CS4. Take that. Is that Dora?
In the other room?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's daughter's here. I think they're watching Dora in the other room.
Haven't heard that for... Must be 10 years now. Wow, I'm so old.
Come on, Vominos.
Come on, we know that we can do it. We know that we can do it.
Well done. Nailed that one.
I think we know that we can do it now. I think that was stated multiple times. That's cool.
No, I'm talking in official competitions. First, second, third is not losers, but in the Olympics you get a bronze.
That's pretty cool if you're playing RPG. Must be the gayest magic card I've ever seen.
Not every magic card is created equally. The way I look at it is, they can't all be good, because if they are, all of them are good. You wouldn't have anything to compare it to. You can only know something's good if something's comparably bad.
If
nothing is bad, then nothing can be good.
And if everything was good, it would either be all so expensive or they would all be cheap. And no one would really have to invest.
Now that I think about it, I don't think anything I just said is actually correct, but it's close. We going here? Somebody mulliganing me?
Is it Scotty again? Yeah.
He may just still be shuffling.
They're both shuffling, so
they may have just been taking their sweet time.
Which the Magic players seem to do in abundance. Guilty.
It's not like anyone is trying to get home.
Yeah.
Well, while they finish that, just one more quick reminder to everyone that if they want to watch this footage archived, this is where to do it. All of these are misspelled. I'll fix it when I'm much more conscious and not trying to rush all this together. But the stream archives everything for a certain period of time on Twitch TV itself. So Zach Sells Magic is your username there, and then the stream will be archived in perpetuity forever at YouTube/user/Zach Sells Magic. Forgive the misspellings. Also, Jordan has some independent videos that were filmed here that are available at Lost Legion Videos, also on YouTube. Also misspelled, but you get the point. And we've missed Scotty opening on Absence Pilgrim and Jonathan pondering. Sends them away.
See a visionary, 2 Hunts Masters in Scotty's hand.
Every point counts. This is missionary. Which drew? Was that the actress he drew?
Did not see.
Scott doing his best Brian Kibler impersonation, making it nearly impossible to see what's in his hand. Did he miss a land drop there? No. Scotty went for it.
There's a cavern elf and a cavern human. $18 more turns with that elvish visionary. We've got a game.
Oh, I drew an Inferno Titan. Which he's 3 lands and 2 reds, well, 2 full red sources away from casting. It's another problem with these 3-color pod decks is the mana bases are so sketchy. And as good as Cavern of Souls is in some situations, especially if you put it on human, it's just impossible to get your mana to work right. Well, that's a big game too. That's gonna slow Jonathan right down.
So Jonathan's at 16 and Scotty's at 20. Well, no, he vapor snags, so 19. 1916. Okay, take that back. 18. See a ponder. Yeah.
But I think there's been about 4 turns tonight that Jonathan's played on camera that he hasn't cast a ponder, so it's just always assume it's going to start with tapping an island for a ponder.
No red sources, so bonfire will do nothing if you tap things in.
I mean, I tried white, black, and then I started to think about look, like, white can easily get any number of 1/1 humans on it, and they can power it up easily, and green can get any number of 1/6 tokens on it, but black can only do a certain number of zombies.
Oh, did he get rid of the first Thalia?
No, he vapor snagged.
Oh, okay.
It's the same one.
No, I already got my angel. My angel was, see, the grace one she got the angel.
Yeah, good shot. Image.
Yeah.
Mine, the legendary, my angel is 3 things. The ultimate parking, and
So go just eat this here.
obviously, yeah, that's what net is based on. It is corruptible and power them all my units. Exactly, but like this stuff is out there, they're all indestructible. And then power them up.
Well, the red source to be found. You can cast a Huntmaster off that, assuming that's
Yeah,
one of those caverns is on human.
one is human from his first turn of instance.
Pump fake. No, he decides to go through with it. I think it's at 13 now. Well, the beauty of double-faced cards, it makes you carry. It's like every deck is a Burning Wish deck. You have to go to the sideboard all the time.
My only problem with the double, like the checklist, is that some players might try and own 1 Huntsmaster but play 4 in the deck. That would be my only problem. But otherwise, it seems pretty good.
Yeah, it still doesn't get we won't get through a deck check at a big tournament.
No, yeah.
And if someone wants to cheat at the local FNM like that, then
Yeah.
This green card has to be generated. So it's a one green, and instead of having it has flash and regenerate. No, it's one thing and one green.
did he snap faster back?
I think he pondered.
Yeah.
I was looking for it on eBay, man. It's pretty steep.
Jonathan and his ponders.
I think it's a one more.
He offers the trade. I don't know if that means he's got a day judgment in his hand or what.
Oh yeah, that's right. You usually don't win on your.
He's got an overhand.
That's not what he killed me with. He flipped it over, and then he added the one that.
Whoops.
I'm gonna cut the plus four. That's what he killed me with.
Yeah, I think they're discussing whether or not
It's another wolf.
he's doing it in response to the trigger. Just something you have to be careful for.
It's in this thing.
If you just do it in response to the O-ring, then he'll just get it when it comes back in. He dissipated the angel. So that was a pretty good turn. I'm just going to draw another one, so. Is it the third one? Yeah. I think he plays all of them.
Should.
You coming back tomorrow? Yeah. Nobody's gonna be here for turns, I know that. Well, I have three cards that call monster when another monster comes up. You know what I say? When you summon, no, it's not so. One is actually a monster and it says, I don't know, when any other monster comes in, when any monster comes into the battlefield, everything gets, all your monsters get plus one. Another one is an enchantment that says, anytime a monster comes into the field, put the plus one token on all your creatures. Okay, so when you declare an attack, I also have a monster that when he dies, he comes back with 2 points. When the co-op happens during the damage step, yeah. Oh, so my first draft defeats. Yes. Oh, okay. Otherwise, that they'll be called after. Okay. Oh.
Forgot about that. I don't. That's in the sideboard. I think. I don't think it's that's in his main deck.
Yeah, I doubt it would be main deck. I haven't seen it in
I don't know.
games against him.
Yeah, if he's going to play it, he's only going to play one, so it's not unlikely that it wouldn't come up, but he's going to have a rough time dealing with that. It effectively renders whatever creature it's equipped to unblockable. You can block it with the Huntmaster flip, but I'm not sure that's a trade-off that he's going to be too excited about. Well, the Blade Splicer can get in the way, the token can get in the way. You can fog him some turns, but he's not going to win it outright that way.
So the flip side of Huntsmaster can block it?
Yeah, it's just red. I think the flip side is just red.
Interesting.
I could be wrong. Look it up.
Star City.
No.
No, Gatherer. I'll spell it. Spelling. Avengers.
Nope, it is green. The flipped half is green as well.
No.
I guess that makes sense. It's still the same card. Guess it's on theme. Guess it's on theme as well. I can't cast it.
Yeah. I just said I think he needs more red sources instead of caverns.
It's not. It's not necessarily true. I mean, it's just a variant game. He hasn't drawn any of his dual lands.
Yeah. He plays Copperline Gorges, Rootbound Crags. I don't know how many of the crags, but and then 2 months, I think. Just 2, maybe more.
I think he just has one.
Just 1. Yeah.
The only red cards in the deck are Huntmasters, Inferno Titan, and the Bonfires.
Yeah.
This board is getting extremely convoluted. Day of Judgment's just going to wreck Scotty. Or if Jonathan has an Angel here. Yep. It's pretty big. Not sure what happened there.
Because he cast Restoration Angel, targeting Snapcaster and a Vapor Snag.
Mm-hmm.
Played 2 spells and Huntsmaster flip.
That is true. And I guess Jonathan at this point is worried about if he attacks with the Angel, he might be dead on the way back. Or attacks with the sorted up column token. I think Scotty's at 11. He's got 11 powered dudes. Jonathan, that seems to be at 9. I'm not exactly sure I took all that damage. It doesn't seem like either player has done anything in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep making guys and bouncing them off each other.
Has Jonathan cast a spell this turn?
No.
Okay. Then he might want to do so.
If he's deciding what he wants to attack with,
Yeah.
And he ends up with just the token. Takes
Scotty
6.
down to 6.
Thought we killed that golden token, I think.
No. Okay.
I'm not sure what happened.
I think he scooped.
No, he was just at 3, so he couldn't block everything. And the cruelest twist of fate. Every game goes to 3.
Go out there and see. Pretty sure that's going. I was just lamenting how, in the cruelest twist of fate, no one chops, and every game has gone to 3. Because I'm an old man. You know, if the Wright brothers wanted to play Magic and shit, they could just stay at the house.
Oh, it's okay though, because douchebag isn't here.
Which one? Alright.
Anyone but tiny. One time we had like 30 chairs with anyone but tiny on them. Because the store owner was sitting in a chair one day, and Tiny came in and said, "You're in my chair." "Well, your name's not on it." And he went through, and every chair that was in the store, he wrote "anyone but Tiny" on. And he said, "Yep, my name's on it right there."
Oh, and your deck is monster.
What's the payout for first on this one? 16?
That sounds about right. I can't actually remember. I think it's 16.
I got rid of one Thallion and just cast another.
You can't hear what they're saying at the table, can you?
I can indirectly. Sometimes if, like, they're, for example, Adam Vickers, they speak with a volume at which I can hear.
But you can't hear them through like a speaker.
No, I've turned that off. Because I do not feel as if the audio that would be picked up by that microphone is suitable for public consumption on the internet.
It probably is not.
It's bad enough that people know there's a camera there and then the way they act when the camera is there, let alone if they could actually communicate. That seems like a blowout. That seems like a blowout for sure. He tried to vapor snag the Thalia, and then he blinked the Thalia with the Angel.
So you don't lose the one like when you do that.
This one's run pretty long, for only being 20 people.
Yeah. I should probably time the top 8. But I hate doing that.
Well, these games have been slightly atypical. I mean, there's been
They have been.
two mid-range decks.
Well, I mean, it really, really sucks when the game has to go into sudden death bullshit. Because nobody likes that.
One time we were down at the shop in Huntington, and Matt was playing in the semifinals of, like, the Nationals qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
And his game came down to sudden death. And he won because...
It's a shitty way to win.
Well, he won because he just mulliganed until he got a Mortar Pod, and then cast Mortar Pod on 2 and pinged him, while the other guy kept a hand that had Ink Moth Nexus in it, because he thought Ink Moth Nexus count, but apparently Infect doesn't count as a damage. And I just felt like, you've been playing all day, because it was like 5 or 6 rounds, then cut to top 8. It's like, you've been playing all day, and for it to come down to yeah, we really don't want to be here any longer, so can you just hurry it up, flip a coin or something? At that point, flipping a coin is probably just as wrong.
Well, I don't know that choosing a hand with a Mortar Pod over a Ink Moth
there's still some
Nexus
strategy.
is an actual magic decision.
There's still some strategy, but you're pretty fortunate if you get to the point where you get to choose if I want to keep this or want to.
Which, I mean, I actually think it is Wizards' intention that Friday Night Magics will not ever have top 8s. I think that's their intention.
Well, I think, I wouldn't say you're wrong, but I would also argue that, or I would estimate that that's part of the reason why a lot of casuals play is the chance to play in a tournament that cuts to a top 8 and they can, feel like they've accomplished something.
Right.
Most FNMs do a result-based payout system, like you used to do.
Wizards sent me how you should run FNM according to us. You're not supposed to do top 8s. You're not supposed to put more than 1 pack for every 2 people in the prize pool. The theory here is if you actually give good prizes, people will be competitive, and you don't want that. Which
But then no one will come and play FNM.
Right.
If you gave out one pack for every 2 people, no one would come.
Right.
It would be very lucrative for the top 2 people, and then no one else would come. No one's trying to get rich playing off FNM, but you're not going to come and spend that amount of time.
Right. I mean, the glory of it, I think they think their foils are the shit. I really do.
Uh-oh. Sort of feast and famine.
Does it have a ranker on that creature again?
No. That was Hunter, and he quickly learned. He learned that, number 1, you can't target it. Number 2, it falls off after the fact. Both rules came up.
Yeah, Brett Rose was asking me, he's like, he was basically asking me if you turned a frog, a creature with a sword on it, if the sword still counts.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just any random sword. I'm like, well, first of all, the answer to your question is yes, the sword still works. But we'll assume for the sake of this argument that you're not talking about a body of mind or fire and ice. Because then you couldn't target it with turn to frog. He's like, of course. I meant to say that. I can look up an answer to a question too.
At this point, all I know is that Scotty has a Flip-Top Master, a Restoration Angel, and a Wormcoil engine. And that looks like, to me, I get to go home in about 10 minutes.
I would like to go now. But I'm not.
Well, your commute's a lot shorter than mine is.
It is. I could technically walk home if I wasn't fucking lazy. But you know what? You don't game because you ran track and field.
That couldn't be truer. Oh, you have to forget the drop-off in commentary and the brief side conversation I was having with JB, but looks like this one should be wrapping up relatively soon. Not sure what the life totals are, which would be incredibly relevant at this point. I'm not sure there's any profitable attacks for Jonathan. He's just going to try and get in there with the one evasive creature he has. Looks like Scott's at 9. Has to bend the Thragtusk that was in his hand. And an image on a Wormcoil. In this game, just got more convoluted. Bonfire off the top would be very good right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do for 5. Not sure. Township is relevant here. To be quite honest, the board state has become so convoluted, I'm not entirely sure what matters here. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I don't know who won. I think Scott did. Scott, you win?
Yeah. You coming back tomorrow?
Scott won. This is yours.
Alright, thanks.
It's your Mountain Dew. Take those. Max left them.
Oh, yeah. Do you want him to, like, in the bulk box?
No, I don't.
Oh, he wanted the other thing in the bulk box. Just the top.
Yep. Alright, for those of you who actually watch this long, and whoever watches in the future, we appreciate your digital patronage and viewership. We'll be back next week with more FNM coverage. Until then, have a good week. We'll see you later.